Putin said that the USA buys uranium from Russia and that Russia is the second largest supplier of uranium to the US. He emphasized that last year the US paid Russia $800 million for uranium, and for 2025 the estimated amount will be $1 billion. And there is also cooperation in the other areas. Did Putin get scared of the sanctions enough to stop the war? No, he was only a bit upset that he couldn't maintain the status quo longer. Putin gained a 9-month head start. 9 months without sanctions, without military aid to Ukraine, which is a significant victory for Moscow in the economic and military spheres. Putin has repeatedly said that they will not stop until they eliminate the root cause of the war. And the root cause of the war is very existence of Ukraine, the fact of Ukraine's independence. Moreover, the sanctions imposed by Trump can be lifted, as Trump himself says, if Russia does something that he likes. Just as Trump once imposed and then cancelled tariffs, everything can change at any moment. Business with Russia is Trump's biggest desire. He sees it as a counterbalance to China, somehow failing to understand that Russia and China are essentially entities, allies whose friendship will not be broken. Russia depends on China, and Trump trying to increase the US economic dependence on Russia. All this seriously weakens the Western alliance while the global South is gaining power. The combined gross domestic product of BRICS countries now exceeds 40% of global GDP, surpassing the figure of the G7. Altogether, BRICS countries account for 45% of the world's population. Moreover, BRICS countries produce nearly half of the world's oil. At this rate, the Western world may soon collapse. You watch the news, check the news, endure another shelling at the front or in another city, then again check the news, again another shelling, and so on in the circle. Diplomacy doesn't work without brute physical force, without weapons. It has never worked and never will. If you like content, if you want more videos, you can support this channel, all info in bio. It will be very nice for me, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Trump boasting that he made Zelensky wear that damn jacket, and every time he emphasizes it, "Oh, I like your jacket." Like, see, you'll do everything I want. So now, surrender. I need ratings, so surrender and sign whatever I want. Give them Crimea and Donbass and etc. All peace agreements in world history were signed because one side of the conflict was losing on the battlefield. Because one side didn't have enough weapons and money, not because some peacekeepers, negotiators or diplomats were so talented that they managed to reach an agreement. And for now, it seems that Ukraine will be the one forced to give in. Trump's peace plan didn't work in Gaza, and it won't work in Ukraine either. His ideas for resolving wars don't work because they have nothing to do with reality. Sending incompetent representatives and diplomats around the world with clumsy proposals is not a strategy for success, and signing a fake truce is not the same as ending the war. The conditions Trump proposes are terrible for us. And the worst part is that we have less resources, and they will run out faster, meaning we'll be once forced to capitulate. The war in Gaza will undoubtedly resume. This is just a pause while both sides gather resources, because the main issue hasn't been resolved by the truce. The same will happen in Ukraine. A war cannot be avoided, it can only be postponed to the advantage of your enemy, Machiavelli. If Russia, China and North Korea want to start the Third World War, they will, regardless of all West and NATO's attempts to avoid it. They will start the war when they are fully ready, while Europe and the USA will be desperately trying to restore the world that existed before 2014. Every day, in every speech, Trump says absolutely different things, completely contradictory ones. Ukraine doesn't have cards, Ukraine has cards. We'll give tomahawks, we won't give tomahawks. Putin wants peace, Putin doesn't want peace, and so on. Just when it seems that Trump is angry and ready to take a step to pressure Russia, they play the peacefulness card again and begin another round of negotiations. Putin clearly shows that he is not interested in ending the war. He deliberately demonstrates this to Trump and to the entire world, especially now having finally secured the support of China and India.